Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Leal in this incarnation. So today I'm going to finish the video about the lunar function. So I'm going to start with Moon in Sagittarius or the ninth house. And here, the people that grow up with this moon, they were born in families where expansion and freedom were part of their childhood. They had a guide, but with a lot of space to explore. Even they could lived in very big houses with a lot of space. But if it's not like that, it could be in a symbolic way. You know, they experiment this freedom. The mother gives them this strong, the mother, again, like an archetype. It could be other people that surround them. So there is this strong sense of trusting in life, this sensation of being protected. And they could grow in families that are attached to religion beliefs or ideologies too. It's not often associated their childhood with pain and suffer. Of course, this will depend of the aspects of the moon and other things. I'm talking in a general way, but let's remember that we have always to see all the natal chart to understand it. And in the whole complex of the natal chart is, and there's this presence of optimism. So the foreign, it's something that it's very they have a bond with this. Maybe they traveled with their family, or there's something about the foreign that feels secure. So the mechanism starts to create in a symbolic way, you know. There is this emotional certainty and abundance that was transmitted to them, the well-being, and everything that threatens this state could cause panic to these people. So the mechanism activates when they have to face conflict. Actually, the mechanism activates in a way that they start to deny the depth of the conflict, and they start to look for a distance, maybe through a trip, or maybe with something that restores the joy that this moon, this energy have. This could be a party, for example, in the first states of the moon in Sagittarius, and or whatever thing that restores the joy and the abundance that they are used to feel, that protects them. So they start to look for the sense of the things, and many times they refuge in this certainty of being protected, and they take risks like everything's going to be okay, but in denial of many signs that things could cause conflict. So they idealize people and situations many times, and they go with total confidence in situations that maybe are not the best for their evolution. So it's very important for these people to take accountability of pain and not trying to avoid it, because this thing about everything it's okay, it's mechanism, and actually they are trying to protect themselves by doing that. So when they are aware of this and they can break this cycle, they are able to be really good transmitters of joy, of generosity, expansion, vitality, and they really can transmit. They have this natural born thing about being masters, people that can teach others to find the sense of life in everything we are experiencing. But this appears once they are not doing this in order to feel loved or to come back to their mother's uterus. So this was Moon in Sagittarius. Now we're talking about the Moon in Capricorn, or the 10th house. And here there's this sense that the mother didn't supply emotionally the needs of these children. This could feel, this always feels like it from the perception of the child. And this could be for many things. Maybe the mother had to work, maybe she was a cold person, or maybe I knew cases that the mother died, for example. So this will be with different, this will show in different ways, but that's the perception of the people that is born with this moon. Because of this perception that their emotional needs weren't supplied, they learn to self-sustain without depending on the environment, and they start to endure restrictions and deficiencies. So this is all about emotional austerity, and they could be people that felt or were born in houses that everything was cold, or in a cold places. Cold is something very linked to this moon. So this mechanism of self-sufficiency will be the trap, actually, because they won't ask what they need for what they need, because they unconsciously recorded in their psyche that they won't receive it. So affectivity here will associate with holding loads, difficult loads of others in order to feel loved. So they could take responsibility for things that they don't have to, in order to feel loved again. So this moon, when it is polarized, they could focus in obtain things in a constantly way, there's this excessive ambition and this constant persecution of accomplishing goals. So this is the way that they try to supply this feeling of lack, and they want to be alone, for example, without help, and at the end they don't feel that they feel that nothing is enough. So they get attached to situations where they receive so little, and that they have to be very productive, for example. So they start to feel that they will be loved if they accomplished goals. And this could be a mechanism that if we are seeing from the outside, this could feel like something that is very good, have perseverance and always accomplishing and always look for accomplishing your goals. But for these people, it's actually the trap, because they are always that kind of things always lead them to a frustration at the end. So once they are aware of all of these, and they can really detach from this constant frustration of not feeling enough, and they start to take responsibility only of their own loads. They are people that have this great capacity of sustain this endurance, this emotional maturity, that they can go along with people without depending on them, and independence, of course, and construction, solid constructions in their life are things that they can do very well, but only if they are not doing this looking for a childish validation. Now we are talking about the moon in Aquarius, or the 11th house. The children that grown with this moon, that have grown with this moon, they live this constant change in their environment, maybe because the family had to move out many times, or because they changed schools. There's this sense of constant detach from the things they were building, and the mother is perceived like closer, but then at a distance, or unpredictable. And there's this feeling that they weren't feeling emotion or affectivity from her, or this interrupted constantly. This could be literally because the mother had a mental disorder, or because of other things, but they start to create unconsciously this thing about being original and creative, and associate affectivity with revolutionary ideas, but they always feel like the outsider in the family, and they feel that they don't belong to anything. So the mechanism starts to activate when, of course, they feel insecure, and the things that make them feel insecure, actually, when they are in the first state, when they activate this mechanism in a very, very unconscious way, could be actually the emotional intimacy. They avoid this at all costs, because these expose their wounds, their vulnerabilities. So they avoid emotional intimacy. So the refuge on disconnection, on detachment, but it's a childish behavior, actually. And they run from commitment because they feel that they could lose their freedom. And there's many people that with this moon, that when they hear this description, they said, I'm not like that at all. I really want to commit to someone, or I really want to have a solid relationship, but they project this onto other people by looking, for example, looking for people that are not emotionally available, or are at a distance, or behaves unpredictably with them. So it's important to take accountability that if they think they are not behaving like that, maybe they could be projecting this onto other people. So when they can transcend this mechanism, and they take accountability about it. They are in contact with this incredibly spontaneity. They are very creative people, and they can connect emotionally with things, but they can lead with intense situations, with an objective point of view. So they have all these gifts, but again, only when they can connect emotionally to the things, and they stop avoiding intimacy in order to not see their own wounds. Finally, we have this moon in Pisces, or the 12th house. So people that are born with this moon, they have this extremely sensitivity. There's no self-defense, there's no barriers. Everything is given to us, and I'm saying us because I have this moon, and it's important to say that everything, that these perceptions will depend, of course, in the aspects, again, on the moon, because I have hard aspects with Saturn, for example. So things in the natal chart could feel paradoxical, actually. So I'll go back. So here there's no barriers, no limits. Everything is given to us. The mother is a giver. She is sacrificing herself for their child, and this umbilical cord the child have, it's attached to every woman in their family. So there's this feeling of growing in a place of fantasy, in a magic bubble. And there's no pain, no violence, no limit, because this is incompatible with this energy. So the mother guesses everything that the kid needs telepathically, and here starts the mechanism, because many people could think, oh, great, this moon is great. But actually, when we become adults, we start to realize that there's no we can't live in fantasies. So the mechanism activates when they are feeling in conflict with life, and when dreams doesn't seem what they thought they are. And the projection here starts when they denied the reality in order to keep their fantasy. So people with this moon, they could live in definition. There's no clarity. They could hide in depression, melancholy, and even alcohol, of substances that make them take distance from reality, and to stay in a place of dissolution. And the mechanism activates when they try to be the savior, or when they wanted to be saved. And I'm saying this because in relationships, for example, in a relationship with a partner, there's this constant change of roles, like being the child or being the mother. And of course, when we have a partner and we are projecting this kind of role, the sexual desire disappears, because nobody wants to be with their own son or their mother. This is in a symbolic way, of course, but it develops like that. So they have to take accountability of this, to stop denying the reality, to face the things, to put healthy boundaries. This is very important for this moon, because there's a lack of boundaries in the first states of this mechanism when it develops in an unconscious way. So these people, when they can transcend this cycle of wanting to be the savior or being saved, they have this amorous sensitivity, the capacity of recognizing the needs of others, and they can give wise protection to others too. They are channelers. This is a natural born this is a natural born channeler moon, and they could be very good at arts because of their sensitivity, for example, poetry or music or other arts too. Everything that it's not expressed with rational words, it's something good for this moon. So we're getting to the end. Thank you, everybody. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. Ciao, ciao.